Hi everybody, my name's Lynn Johnston and I'm a Regional Development Worker with Intergenerational Northern Ireland, as I've already told you. I just want to thank Gillian and Paula and all the team at ARC for putting on this event and for giving me this kind of platform next to somebody as globally well respected as Nancy is. So it's a real privilege, so thanks, and thanks for everybody for coming and listening. We're a small team based in County Down. We have a manager and I'm one of 3 part-time development workers, and we have an admin worker as well. So what I'm going to do over the next 15-20 minutes is to tell you a bit about the work of Linking Generations Northern Ireland, outline the rationale that we see, although I think Nancy's already really done that, the rationale for an all-age approach, and to tell you then a bit about the practice that Linking Generations have built up in incorporating intergenerational approaches to good relations activity in Northern Ireland. And to start off with, I just want to make the point that as an organisation, our overarching aim that underpins all of our activity is tackling ageism as it impacts on all age groups. And so our vision is for a society where people are not judged on the basis of their age. And we are the only organisation in Northern Ireland that is advocating the development and promotion of intergenerational practice as a catalyst for social change. And we're very proud of the work that we've done and that we will continue to do. And just to make the point that intergenerational, although again I think Nancy's already made it, it's about mutual benefits. It's underpinned by these principles of mutual benefits, equal status in the contact between people, and working together towards stuff. So it's underpinned through Gordon Allport's intergroup contact theory, for anybody who's interested in that. The current social change priorities that we're interested in are, broadly speaking, under these 3 areas. You can see that good relations. So the Together Building United Community Strategy does say that they want to encourage intergenerational approaches to tackling good relations. The Active Ageing Strategy embraces the notion of age-friendly, and we've been working very hard to make sure that intergenerational makes it into the final draft of the Active Ageing Strategy. And then also the Community Safety Strategy, that's kind of where we came from. And this banner is particularly relating to community safety work, and we have a project that the Department of Justice has funded excuse me, to work alongside policing and community safety partnerships across Northern Ireland to encourage them to take more all-age approaches in their community safety activity. And the community safety strategy, the reason we got that funding is because we nagged the people in the community safety unit, and the community safety strategy says that they will promote and support intergenerational approaches. So there is stuff happening here, and we are getting places. This has been the focus of our work for the last kind of 4 to 5 years, and really we're setting our eyes on education and health over the next kind of 5 years. So our approach is about this initial contact, about linking people in communities and neighbourhoods. We also work to link age-specific organisations, youth organisations, older age organisations, and we also do a fair bit of work lobbying government to encourage them to take a more all-age or intergenerational lens. Just a couple of quotes there. This was something that my manager wrote the other day at Age Friendly Belfast was being launched, and this was in their document. So it's based on people of all ages working together to create understanding, respect and strong, vibrant communities. And again, a reference to Maggie Kuhn that Nancy mentioned, this famous quote that is used frequently. It's only us and our stupidity that we've chopped life up into little pieces and kept them all separate. So then, the rationale for the all-age approach. Again, I think Nancy has really covered quite a bit of this, but just to let you read those, really. I mean, I think it's as big a divider as gender, but it's not really recognised as such. We all judge people on the basis of their age every day. And economic and social policy is not responding effectively to the ageing of the planet. We still have this notion that we'll do most of our education up until the age of 30 and that we'll stop working whenever we hit 60 or whatever. And we all think that that's a wonderful thing, but actually that's a ridiculous social policy for a planet that's ageing. And I think as well, I just wanted to make a comment about my own PhD research, which I completed and graduated this summer, about ageist stereotypes intersecting a range of social issues. My research was in a Protestant working class housing estate, and one of the findings that I think is particularly relevant to this topic today is that I find that the local paramilitary there borrow legitimacy from ageist stereotypes. So they're partly able to legitimatize the disciplining of children and young people, and present that as if it's protecting older people in neighbourhoods. And there are gender issues in there, which was one of the big criticisms of my thesis, but anyway, that was one of the key findings for me. So ageism isn't just intergenerational practice, or all age lenses aren't just something fluffy and something nice. They really impact on very important issues in relation to our conflict. And then finally to say that this stereotyping is perpetuated by age segregated practice, by the way that we put people in boxes and separate the things that they do. In particular, I'm talking about good relations today. So the continual emphasis on working with children and young people as a segregated group makes this assumption that children and young people live in some kind of bubble and aren't influenced by parents and the neighbourhood in which they live. So we're arguing then that good relations approaches really need to be embracing more of an all-age approach. Okay, I'm just going to skip that. So the work that we've done in the last couple of years with Cooperation Ireland has been basically to sit on on the steering group. We didn't have any sort of, we gradually became a closer partner with Cooperation Ireland as each of these projects progressed. All of these were peace-funded projects based in schools, and they were all ones that Cooperation Ireland had tendered for, and they all sort of said it should be intergenerational, but there was no real kind of like, well, how do you do that, or how does that work? So we kind of got involved and said, well, this is what we think good practice looks like, and I was also able to do some workshops about age awareness with some of the kids in the schools, work with teachers to talk about what intergenerational practice is. And I have, if I can figure out how to go back to it, a wee video of the Generations for Peace one to let you have a wee flavour of, oh, no, don't want that. Oh. Is it in there? You might find it. It's just about 4 minutes long.
Peace building programme, working with children and their families, instilling acceptance of difference and positive sense of identity and culture. We had sport and traditions, where they had coaching sessions in rugby and Gaelic and soccer. We had generation games where children and parents found out about children's games now and in the past. We worked with Nerve Centre on Mobile Me, and they used iPads to make animation. And then we had Create, and Create was done with the Playhouse. And then Denise here in Positive Party family fun events. So they've gone down really well.
It's a chance to play sports they probably wouldn't get a chance to play. Teamwork, passing, support play, the rules, the setup of the games. The children from the two different schools are paired together, they know each other's names.
It's something to see children mixing from two different backgrounds, playing games that some are familiar with, some aren't.
Here at Gibson Primary School today, we have children from Gibson and from St Douglas Primary School with their parents and their grandparents. What we're looking is old street games, old rhythm and rhyme, hand clapping games, those sort of games that are being lost in time. We're trying to bring them back, and it's just a case of having good fun, bringing generations together, bringing communities together.
As a parent, it was brilliant to get involved with the kids. It's not that often you get a chance to come and mix with your children in activities at school.
We have 2 schools here today. We're going to be doing animation on the iPads. So what they're going to be doing is a very loose, very quick story about acceptance and tolerance.
Whenever they first started, they hardly spoke. And then whenever you went out and you looked at them and you saw them doing it, they were all together and they were, I'll do it.
They've been drawing little pictures and emblems of things that they really enjoy doing, their interests and hobbies. And Kirsten has been very good at bringing out all their own interests, their own ideas and things that they have in common.
This is my sister, this is me.
It's a unique opportunity to bring in their parents, their grandparents, and to engage in the local community.
It's about giving them an opportunity to create a beautiful piece of artwork that is specific to each child and their individual personalities, recognising the similarities and celebrating the differences.
It's time for them to learn in a different way, in a more relaxed environment. They're showing bits of their personality maybe that they couldn't in other subjects.
Positive Parties Change Your Lives is an inspirational, motivational and transformational coaching company, and what we do is we deliver programs, workshops and seminars, and they're all fun and they're all to do with promoting positive mental attitude in a unique party style environment.
Teaching them all about their emotions, how to feel, mixing with other people, getting up for making friends.
Something that you enjoy doing, it's not something you're being forced to do, and people are more motivated to do something when they enjoy it. When we were going out first to try and get schools to come on board, they were a bit reticent, but at the end of the year they were all, we'd love to do this again, and it's been great for the children and great for the families.
So yeah, that was Generations for Peace, which is the Northwest Peace 3 cluster, which, help me, is Omagh, Derry and Strabane. Is that right? Yeah, aye. And that ran, again, a very much schools focus, but it ran in, I think it was like 28 primary schools, so incredibly ambitious. And with all of these, all of this project work that we've done to date, the intergenerational engagement and our involvement in it has sort of increased as we've gone through. So moving forward in terms of our approach to all age approaches to good relations is we're going to be undertaking a bit of an analysis of the barriers and the catalysts to what works and what doesn't work in terms of incorporating intergenerational elements into good relations activity, and we hope to be able to look at evidence in terms of how that has impacted on the schools, particularly in this it's particularly about Generations for Peace, this piece of work that we're going to be doing. It's about, you know, the links with communities that the schools have got out of doing it, and how easy or difficult. I think a lot of schools said it's very difficult to involve families, as you can imagine, and particularly that middle age group. It's very hard because we lead busy lives, as we just talked about, and also the impact then on the good relations outcomes, you know, which is going to be quite challenging to measure, but that's what we're trying to evidence at the minute. Okay, so that was the purpose, so hopefully I've done a bit of that. And just want to finish, there's a great photo that we had a whole range of activities to celebrate the European Day of Solidarity Between Generations, which is on the 29th of April every year. And this was a project that Include Youth ran in Bangor, which is where I live. I just thought that picture just kind of sums up a lot of what we're trying to do. We are on Facebook and Twitter, so please tweet and like us on Facebook. And yeah, well, Gillian's going to lead us forward into questions, but I suppose there was one thing I'm just thinking as I'm talking that I wanted to say, which is that an all-age approach is, of course, a good community development work. That is, you know, it is just, that's what it is. But I think because of this sort of perpetuated age segregation that we have, we do tend to think about youth and old as separate, but, you know, just take it back to basics. It is just a good community development approach. All right, thank you.